Now, over the last few weeks, we've been introducing you to some truly inspirational women. Today, in the final of our series of Wonder Women, Alison Hammond meets Judy Westwater. Now, after a childhood of horrific abuse and a life on the streets, Judy's turned her life around and now helps hundreds of homeless children in South Africa.
Judy Westwater isn't your run-of-the-mill aid worker. This 61-year-old grandmother who was born in Britain is actually on familiar ground when she offers help to abandoned children living on the streets of Johannesburg. Coincidentally, some of them sleep rough in the very same alley where Judy also sought shelter almost 5 decades before. Judy, I know you're not from Johannesburg, but tell me how you ended up here as a child.
My father was fleeing from the authorities in Britain. He abducted me from the country disguised as a boy. I was meant to be the son of his girlfriend, and they lay a false trail to Australia, but in actual fact, we boarded a ship that sailed for South Africa.
So how did you end up being in Johannesburg?
Because when we arrived here, we arrived in Durban, and then we came up by train. And my father had managed to get us into an immigrant's hotel.
So how did you come to living on the streets?
Well, my father, once he'd got here, decided he was going off to do his own life. And his girlfriend, after that, realising that she'd actually only been used to get me out of the country, also disappeared. And we were staying in the hotel, and my father's disappearance meant that there was no rent being paid, so inevitably I was thrown out and had nowhere to stay. And so I had to find my own way of living, and that was how I found myself in Hillbrow on my own on the streets.
This place seems a little bit scary. Is it really scary at night as well?
It is scary at night. It was scary for the kids at the moment because so much happens here. There's shootings, there's murders, there's all sorts of things. This is not a safe environment at night at all.
At the age of 12, Judy lived rough on the streets for 2 years. She was totally alone and starving, and her nightmare grew worse when she was raped and physically abused. So this is where you used to sleep?
Yep, well, I tried to.
It's a little bit grim, isn't it?
It was appalling.
So how did you manage to escape the streets?
At that time I was so ill with malnutrition and fear, and I collapsed in a doorway, and the shop owner took me in, and it was her that eventually found my father, and I was able then to be off the streets. But the consequence of that was I was back with my father.
But she was so terrified of him that she became desperate to escape. She took a series of casual jobs until she saved enough money up to get back to Britain. She carved a successful life for herself, but never forgot her earlier pledge to return to South Africa and help the street children of Johannesburg.
I sat on the floor and I wrote with my finger, one day I'm going to come back here and change things. And it's here, written in indelible ink, and that's what I've done.
You did it?
Yeah.
That's the thing, you did it. And in 1991, she set up the Pegasus Children's Trust and fulfilled her promise.
It's an organisation that's dedicated to the health and welfare of street children. We have several organisations under our umbrella whom we train and counsel and help to provide what the children need.
What exactly do they provide for the children?
Education, food, clothing, blankets, medical care, all of that. But hopefully we provide much more than that. We hope to provide them with the opportunities to gain their self-confidence, their self-awareness, their self-discipline, all their selves, because street children don't have any self. The only self they have is self-survival.
This is the roly-poly creche, and this is where we take the kids from 6 months to 6 years.
Yeah.
And in this environment, we train the kids to the end classroom for preschool education, and then we work very closely with the education department so that these kids can actually enter school.
Isn't this just like a normal playgroup then?
No, it's not actually. This is more of a refuge as well, because these children have suffered tremendous trauma at such an early age. They've been living on the streets, they've lost their parents have died through AIDS, they've been murdered, they are left totally and utterly alone. And it's absolutely vital that we get these kids into a safe environment. It gives them the opportunity to develop skills and learn how to be a child children. It gives them the first building blocks to be able to fulfill anything they wish in the future.
So what state are they in when they come here?
When they first come in here, all they want to do is hide away. If you go near them, they will run. They will cry. They are so frightened. They don't have any self-worth whatsoever. They are absolutely terrified.
Tell me about this little baby, Judy.
She came to us, as many of the little ones do, and they have, unfortunately, developed AIDS or HIV from their parents, and this is one of those poor little kids, and the only place we can have her is in here, where we can give her as much comfort and as much love as we possibly can, because unfortunately these children don't last very long.
There are about 500 children between the ages of a few months and in their late teens, seeking refuge and support from Judy and her project. Volunteers are essential, and every day they come in to help look after the children. No mean feat, especially when the main purpose of the Trust is not only to care for these children, but to educate them and prepare them for a successful, independent future.
This is now our senior class of the preschool, and they're full of confidence. All that trauma in the beginning is now off, or raring to go they are.
And they've got confidence sky high.
Sky high! And they've got something here for you. They've got a wee present.
Really?
Yep.
Let's go and get it. Present. Hello. I hear you've got something to show me. Is that true?
Yes.
Go for it then, let's see. So much. You wouldn't believe how much spirit and how much alive these kids are. They're absolutely amazing.
We have many other kinds of projects, the drama, the music, the sports, the theatre, the circus skills, all of those things, so that children can gain awareness, artistic awareness, and also academics. So hopefully we're giving them the balance.
Judy, oh my goodness, she is my inspiration. I look at her and I say, my God, everything in life is so possible. You can live your dream, because she was able to survive the hardships she experienced in her life. All of us, we do have challenges. Life is about challenges. You come across everything, but you will be able to overcome everything you come across.
Now I'm feeling better now because I'm out of the street. I don't do bad things anymore. I'm a cool person.
And what do you want to do in the future?
In the future, I want to be a doctor.
How much has this taken over your whole life?
It's taken over the whole of my life. I'm passionate about it. It's the very existence of my soul. I hope that people will open their eyes and see these children. I'm hoping they will support us and assist us, because without support and assistance, many, many of these children will die. Many will continue to be deprived. Please, please, all we need is love for these kids.
I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a doctor. I want to be the chicken.
Judy is truly an amazing woman, a Wonder Woman indeed. She's helped to open the world's eyes to the plight of abandoned children, and she's made a big difference to thousands of children's lives here in Johannesburg. And let's hope her message goes on. Isn't that right?
Wow, what a story. And thank you to the children for my picture.
Yes.
They've done that one for me there. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? It's
gorgeous, aren't they?
Absolutely stunning. And they also sent a card as well. There's my card. And then inside, yeah, they've got,
so
look, we've got this little lad down here. He's holding up, look at his face. Who the hell is this, he's saying. What am I holding this for? Who is this bloke? There you go, stunning. Thanks very much indeed, guys.
And Judy's book, if you're interested in more of her story, Street Kid, Judy Westwater, that's out now. Fascinating story. All you need is love, she said.
Yeah, and the
Very
details
true.
of how you can get it are on our website, itv.com/thismorning.
OK, time for